Hello everyone, it's Carrie, sharing creations by Carrie. Right now, my long video is uploading, testimonial of what I've been through and sharing with you, because that's what I do. And it is an hour long, so it's going to take like 2 hours to upload. So this was supposed to be part of it, but I talk too much, and apparently not crafting while I talk, because I didn't want to babble and lose focus. So we're doing a separate one of just this thing I want to try. Did no research. Don't even know if it's gonna work, but I'm gonna give it 100% effort to see if we can have another arsenal in our toolbox. And it literally is only a few items. You can make do with what you got, because I'm pretty sure most of us have. This is exactly what I did. I dug through what I have. I had some lobster claws with some of the keychain type spiral jump rings. I hate the other kind that you pry. My arms are tired because I was doing that before with other things that I made. And then the bead caps, I guess is what they're called. Some pins that you would make bead jewelry with. Got the make earrings with or something. Flat side for the bottom. And then you just stick it through the hole, and it, if I can, I'm on a medication now that makes my hands super shaky, so I get frustrated pretty easy because I've never had this issue before, but now I have to deal with it. So I don't like having control, not having control, because anybody that knows me knows I have control issues. So I'm gonna put the bead caps on these. My plan is to make beads with paper. Yep. And use a clear embossing to seal them. I don't know if it's gonna work, but we're certainly gonna find out. I did another technique with the clear embossing, and you can't reheat it because it just heats up the whole batch, and so it ended up being super messy. But I'm still gonna use the pieces. But I wanted to try. It's a part of an old method, but then this popped in my head because I was like, you can use any strip of paper you have. You don't have to go pay a crap ton of money for a bead if you can make a bead out of a piece of paper and clear embossing. So that is my plan. Oops, I forgot to get the piece of paper. Or do I need a piece of paper? Yeah, I do. I need a piece of paper. Give me a quick second. Well, I don't do anything quick anymore, because I'm gonna need that when it comes to inking. And I think I have the pens. Oh, wrong spot. I have these wow pens, so I might be able to coat the bead and then put it in the clear embossing. That's the plan. I have a mission, and we're gonna see if it works. Because how cool would that be to have something like this? So what I need to do is pull out. Oh, and my Braille Arts glue. I keep breaking the pins. So frustrating. Makes me so mad because I love the Braille Arts glue, but oh, my cap's crooked. That's probably why I'm having trouble too. My son bought me this for Christmas, and I've wanted it for a long time, and he got me some, and it didn't come with a pin. It didn't come with a cap. And every time I put a pin in, no matter what, either the pin's too fat, too small, I fight with it, I lose the pin, I break the pin. It's a thing. So I'm running out of patience with my skill set with this glue. So my plan is to start a circle. Now I'm pretty sure that it's not going to be perfection in any way because I've literally not tried this. But I want to start the process of wrapping the paper around this pin and see if I can get it to roll to get a shape and did not consider how thick it would end up. Seeming to not getting it spun. I am spinning it, but it's not spinning around the pin. And I don't know if it's because I'm not holding it correctly. Guess that is an option, holding it and flipping it around. And I guess you could tack it every so often. Keep from flipping around on you and just spinning. I can't feel if I'm spinning, so I'm going to need to do that. Your coordination is going to matter because mine is sucking these days. You could probably definitely make yours look much better. The concept is there, I think. It's just your skill set's going to make a difference. Your coordination. Mine doesn't help that I'm tired and I should not be doing dilly squat. I guess who can't sit and do nothing? I mean, like, they opened up my brain, for God's sake. But my brain doesn't want to hear that. My brain's like, yeah, whatever. I'm not in pain. I don't need physical therapy. My doctor is stellar, amazing. And I'm still trying to do housework, and I'm not supposed to be doing housework. Right? My house was falling apart. Can't sit back. But I'm definitely having to remind myself that, yes, they opened up your skull. So I'm wondering if it's going to take multiple strips of paper to get a shape of a bead, I'm gonna guess. Because that looks sad. So I may need to grab a few more. It's only right over here, so I'm rolling that way. It's obviously not planned out, so you can see that I have not done my due diligence before I started. Because I really didn't know if this was going to work at all, so we'll go with, if I even finish, because I think I just want to give you the concept and you can run with it, so that you can use whatever paper you have, because we have some pretty papers, and we can make beautiful beads with them, if it'll work. And I want to make 4. But I don't think I will sit here and make 4 because I don't think I can. I would love to, but in reality, I don't think it's best decision. I need to rest. I no longer sleep like a normal person. I nap, which I've never been a napper, so that's just so weird to me. Like, oops, don't lose your hole. That's key. Because then it'll be hard to string once everything is complete. So you gotta, darn. Oh, good. Save. Try your best to keep your center hole. Because then it'll be extremely difficult for you once everything is hardened. I'm going to take it that it's going to take several strips, I think. I think once you get your base, and then from there get your shape. I think that's going to be the key. So that it looks like a bead and not a blob. I guess you're getting me in videos now. I guess if you can face the monsters in this world, and you don't give a hoot anymore about little stuff like people's judgments of how you look. I mean, we all do it. We all judge. I'm no angel to judging people. I try not to, but then there's sometimes where it's just like, you have the good guy on one shoulder and the bad guy on the other shoulder. And the good guy is just a little quiet compared to the bad guy. And I love observing people. It's kind of the mind is the brain, the logic, thinking. It's so interesting to me. So, one reason. Hi, Zeke. My grandbaby came in to hang out with Grandma. So, I love to observe people. But, I've been judged. Been judged a lot, no big deal. I just think I'm at the point where I don't care anymore. I mean, I did have a part of me that didn't care anyway. Like if you're picking on me and leaving someone else alone. How to end that? That's not a very good shape. There's too much wire. Who cares? We're going with it. Because now, what I think I need to do is get this powder. I can't see very good either. Oh my god, I hate seizure medicine. So frustrating. I have control issues really bad and I can't control what's happening. It makes me so mad. Okay, so what I need to do is hold on to this and take my if I could get the cap off my pen. That's it, go 2 different directions. I can get it looped, because if I can fix that and make that shorter later, but to try to cover this paper. Now I'm gonna say this is not ideal. This is not You probably could use your ink pad better. Probably cover way better. But it's a small object, so it would probably be harder for me to do what works for you. In the end, that's what we all need to do, is do what works for us. I'm on the struggle bus today. I just hope I covered enough so that, because I'm sure you could take like a paintbrush too, dip it on your pad, your embossing pad, and then stick it in your embossing ink and then put it in. Okay, so there's my powder. Probably should have a pair of tweezers. I do have a pair of tweezers, but I don't know what I did with them. I got a bunch. But I move stuff around and then I forget where I put it instead of putting it back. Yeah, just grab another one. Okay, so I need to heat this. Works best when you count to 30 after you turn it on. Is there a dog? There is seriously dog fur in my heating pot, my embossing powder. That does not surprise me in the least. I just hope that this thing is covered enough, because I really want it to harden. So, oh, look at my opening already is wider than when I started. All right, so I gotta try to make sure I keep it. So I'm gonna count to 30. I'm sorry about the noise. Oh, well, if you turn it on first, my thing's not turned on. It's so hard to see it. It's shiny. It's shiny. It's really looking warm. Woohoo! It's moving. I think if I can get it, see it in the light myself. Let it cool. It did. Ooh, I think I burnt it a little bit. Got a little bit of a discolor to it, and I had a feeling because it's really hard to see on a white piece of paper, just if it's covered. If it's the heat emboss has done his thing. I'm probably not going to finish this because I'm getting pretty wiped out. But I want this to cool down first to see if it gets hard, to see if my little trick worked. It's not the prettiest bead you'll ever see, homemade bead, but it's a starting point. It's a test, sample test, and hope that it works, because then I was looking at some of the papers I have and I'm like, I got some pretty papers. What pretty beads those can turn into. And there's your day. You can, because beads can get expensive to purchase. A strand of them you can pay like $12 at like Joann's for. So you could add them to any of your jump rings and you're doing swaps, if you're making somebody a keychain, you can add it to any of your projects. How cool would that be? Okay, that doesn't feel very hard. It does feel soft. So there's a little learning curve here. I don't think I've totally mastered this yet. I bet if you are gluing the whole strip, there we go. I think I figured it out now. So you start it by adding the glue at the beginning, but I think if the whole strip has glue, and you let it dry to where it hardens, because it will with the Bailey glue, it'll harden. Even the Tombow glue. This will be harder. And you just shape it, glue it to itself. If you want to like take multiples to control the shape better, like you stack them like this, how wide you want the bead to try to get a better shape, and then make sure you glue the pieces together. And you probably have take a piece of paper or strips, how thick you want it, how you want the shape of your bead, glue them together, put this glue on the whole thing, and begin the wrap. Leave it for, once you've wrapped them, leave it for like 24 hours to let that glue completely harden. And then cover it with the embossing ink, dip it in embossing powder, and heat that baby. I bet you it would harden. And I know there's other mediums. You literally could do this with other hardening mediums. Like, there's a good chance you don't have embossing. You could coat these beads if you want glossy beads, if you want matte beads, based off of what your paper is. Bet you can do it with this too. Give this 24-hour hardener time. You'll have a bead. I'm pretty stoked about that. I'm pretty excited because this is going to be a project that I'm going to keep going with. This was the beginnings of it. This is definitely not the end of it. And when I master it, I will show you when I'm done mastering, because it will look like a tube. I mean, your bead can look whatever shape you want, but I'm not done with that. This is what I do. I get on a start of something and it doesn't quite work. I keep going until I figure out a solution. And I'm going to have a better solution for that. But I think if you're, depending on what size your paper is, how wide it is, you can cut it to where it's wider in the middle, skinnier at the end, so that your bead is elongated, wonky shape, to make your bead have some dimension to it. However you wrap it, I think it needs to be glued the entire way, not just in spots. Let it have a chance to harden, and then do a medium on the outside to harden it. Because I know there's other mediums. I just don't have. I have Mod Podge and I have embossing powder. I have glue. That's what I have. And I know there's other mediums that do the hardener. I just don't have it. So I make do with the items that I do have. Who knows? I might buy some too. Because that paste is looking pretty cool right about now. I think I want to try that too. Only if they have a small one. The jars I've seen are way too big. I don't need a big jar. I want a little jar. I want to be able to use it, try it, and experience it. And not for a lot of money either too. But here's my little test run. And I'm sure in the future there will be a completed one that gives you the solution. from beginning to end. I don't have all the answers and usually don't at the time. Um, I evolve. So I thank you for watching. You got to see me in the looking rough. It is what it is. Once these staples come out of my head, my hair will be in a more normal look, which I can't wait. But I appreciate you watching, and I will certainly catch you on the next one. Thanks. Bye.